only going to take one camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, would you please remain standing and sing with us our national anthem. calling upon Reverend Delacre for invocation, I'd like to make some corrections on our program this afternoon. I'll take these in alphabetical order. First, Stephanie Claire Corey, graduate with honors. Secondly, Peggy McIntyre. Name was eliminated from the list or was missed from the list and should appear. Stephanie M. Warner is a graduate, French immersion graduate. Jamie White is a French immersion graduate. Exchange students Christopher Monk, Lassie Olsen are from Denmark, not Sweden. I believe now we're prepared to go ahead. I'd like to call on Reverend John Delucre to give an invocation. My honor at this time to be able to introduce to you our platform guests for this afternoon. I'll do this as simple as possible. I'll start from the front row, from your right across the stage, and then I'll introduce the second row. First is Reverend Ida Whitehouse, who is the Associate Pastor of Bedford United Baptist Church. Father John Delucre, who is the pastor of St. Ignatius Parish. Francine Cosman, MLA, Bedford Fall River. To Keith Roberts, Halifax County Bedford District School Board member. Mr. Al Casey, Superintendent of Personnel, Halifax County Bedford District School Board. Mr. Lloyd Gillis, CEO, Halifax County Bedford District School Board. Mr. Geoff Regan, MP, Halifax West. Mr. Jim Aucoin, Principal, Charles B. Allen High School. Ms. Julie Coolin, Vice Principal, Charles B. Allen High School. Seated in the second row, again from my left to your right across the stage, Mr. Tom Malone, Subsystem Supervisor, Sackville Subsystem. Mr. George Doucette, Subsystem Supervisor, Bedford Waverly Western Subsystem. Ms. Bev Peters, Counselor, District 17, Halifax County. Ms. Madeline Dillon, Halifax County Bedford District School Board member. Vacant seat belongs to me. Over there. Dr. David Stevenson, Supervisor of Curriculum, Bedford Waverly Western Subsystem. And Mr. Norm Jagger, Chairman of the Charles B. Allen High School Board of Trustees. My name is Dan Toner, and I'm Vice Principal at Charles B. Allen High School. This time I'd like to introduce Mr. Aucoin, who will deliver his principal's remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Toner. Stage guests, invited guests, parents, relatives, friends, last but not least, 1994 CPA graduates. I certainly consider it to be an immense privilege to say a few words at these graduation ceremonies. Since CPA High School opened its doors in 1979, it has been recognized as the very best school in our system, and this year was no exception. I know this for a fact because I was principal CPA. To the graduates, I would like to try and recap this past year, in order to imprint on your minds some of the main events or developments which took place during your final public school year. First, the development of our 3 computer labs. I wish to thank Mr. Hartz for volunteering his time last summer and throughout this year to organize and coordinate all this equipment. I wish to show appreciation to Mrs. McDonald for reorganizing our library and introducing technology to this facility. It was great to see so many students and teachers utilizing this facility and commenting so positively about the improvements in this library. My compliments must also go to Mr. Covier for developing a peer education program which enables some of our graduates to render assistance to the less academically fortunate and help them succeed in their math and English. The graduates also gain courses or credits to our co-op education program. Mr. Kennedy worked diligently to develop a co-op education program and an entrepreneur program. Mr. Plato's students were also involved in this entrepreneurship program. Who can forget our famous cow incident? Some good did result from this incident, however. When we heard one of our Navy graduates, when she first saw the cow, she said that it was a male cow because it had horns. We then realized that we had to go back to basics. Mrs. Lockerbie deserves much credit for introducing and developing a computer science course for our grade 11. Mrs. Berry was transferred to our school last summer and was given the mandate to introduce and develop a resource program for our students. I am sure that many of our students owe her a great debt of gratitude for her superlative work in her very first year at CPA. Furthermore, she spearheaded a multicultural program in our school with various activities throughout the school. CPA High School sadly needed such a program, so we thank you for your volunteer work. We'll never forget Mr. Peter McDonald winning the Canadian Award for Excellence in Teaching. He made sure we never forgot. Congratulations, Peter. I would like to thank the rest of the staff at CPA. I have mentioned a few, and I know that you fall into certain pitfalls when you do that. However, I felt that those teachers should be recognized publicly. Extracurricularly, please remember our provincial champion boys and girls soccer teams and provincial champion cross-country team. Remember our gold medal winning music band and all our teams and clubs which performed so well throughout the year. I thank the teachers and the coaches and the coordinators of those programs for enabling such success. Mrs. Dompier, for example, took on the Students' Council advisorship this year. She produced 2 dinner theaters at our school which were extremely successful and also coordinated a musical which was very successful. This year, 1993-94, 4 teachers from CPA High School who have been teaching there since the school opened have decided to retire. These 4 have touched the lives of many people who have attended CPA. Their involvement in all aspects of high school life will be remembered and appreciated for many future years. I ask the graduates to show their sincere appreciation by giving an ovation to the following great persons who have contributed so much toward the educational and social development of our young people. I would ask the following to rise, please. Ms. LaRose, Mr. Lee, Mr. McLeod, and Mr. Miller.
on Leonard Anderson, President of the Charles B. Allen High School Student Council, to introduce our guest speaker this afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time it's a great honor that I introduce the guest speaker for this afternoon, Mr. Geoff Regan, MD. Mr. Regan was born in Windsor, Nova Scotia in 1959 into a political family. The fact that his father was Premier of Nova Scotia for nearly a decade was an invitation, but how did it open the door to political scene? Geoff Regan moved gradually up the ranks, starting by setting up chairs and canvassing door to door, to a nice successful bid on the political scene in the riding of Bedford, Mississauga Valley in 1988, to his remarkably successful federal election victory. Mr. Regan graduated from Sackville High School in 1977, where he served as student council president. At that time, Charles B. Allen was not built, therefore residents of Bedford had to attend schools in Sackville. He received a bachelor's of arts from St. Francis Xavier University in Inverness in 1980, and went on to obtain a Bachelor of Law from Dalhousie. Called to the bar in 1984, he practiced law most recently with Patterson Hilton, while carrying on fundraising activities for non-profit organizations, coaching a hockey team in Bedford, and teaching public speaking classes. He is married to Kelly Smith and had 2 children, Caitlin and Nicole. Mr. Regan brings enthusiasm, experience, and empathy to his job. As a member of the House of Commons Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs and International Trade, Mr. Regan will participate in defining Canada's priorities with respect to overseas development assistance, international relationships, and trade policy.
president, I think this would be a good chance for you to show your appreciation for killing it. Remember when I was graduating, I was thinking about the future. I'm sure that as you look forward today, it's an exciting day for you. And as you look forward to the future, it's exciting, but also a little bit scary. Because as you look forward, you're going to have many new responsibilities as you enter the working world, go to university, or eventually have a family, and so on. So you have lots of new responsibilities. But I think one of the most important responsibilities that you have, that we all have, is our responsibility to ourselves. I think we have a responsibility to be our best, to be the best we possibly can. And to be your best, it's important to set realistic but ambitious goals. The title of the book is a popular book that says, if you don't know where you're going, you'll probably end up somewhere else. It's important that as you reach toward your goals, pursue your goals, to not let fear hold you back. You know, it's very easy to worry about things, to have fears, and let them overcome you when you're doing things. It's important to go forward. When I was in grade 12, I decided that near the end of the year that I wanted to become a lawyer. And I certainly wasn't by any means sure that I could do it, that I could do well enough in university, that I could get through with 3 years of law school and a year of Harvard and actually become a lawyer. But I did it one day at a time. I pushed myself to do what I had to do and got through. And that's what it takes. The other thing, you know, sometimes when you fear the future, and fearing trying difficult things or new things, you fear failure. Well, it's important to understand that failure is actually very important and very valuable. It's an important part of success. Consider when you were a baby learning to walk. If you hadn't gotten up and fallen lots of times and gotten a few bruises, you never really would have learned to walk, and eventually, before long, you were running too. So you have to fall down sometimes. I remember again when I was in high school and later, I was very interested in politics and knew that someday I was interested in trying to run a political office. Now I knew that I could plan a career at that, but you never know if you'll get elected or not, or how long you'll last for that matter. But you know, the biggest concern for me about going being involved in things like coaching hockey, involved in food banks, involved in healing other ways. I've always, I think, gotten more out of it than I put into it. I've learned a lot. I've gained a lot of terrific friends, learned new skills, and developed self-confidence. And I think these kinds of involvements, these days when you're concerned about getting a job, those kinds of experiences can help you get a job. They help me get this one. So there are two simple ideas that I'm trying to convey here. One is that you have a responsibility to yourself. Push yourself and strive for excellence. Secondly, you have a responsibility to your community too. We're very fortunate. And in life, whether it's a relationship or your job or in school or whatever, what you get out of it depends on what you put in. You see, it seems to me that responsibility is a question of character. So whatever you learn in life, whatever excellence you achieve as you strive for excellence, what matters is not what's on the outside, but what's on the inside. To paraphrase Martin Luther King Jr., it is not the weight of your wallet or the color of your skin, but the content of your character that counts. On this special day, I wish you character and courage. God bless you. I've also been asked something else today. I'm going to present the Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Teaching Science. This award recognizes important contributions of teachers teaching math, science, and technology. We don't give it out very easily. We don't give them away every day. It's a very special award. There are only 7 teachers in Nova Scotia that have received this award. I think it's very important in this these days we need to be excellent in those areas in our country, in science and math and so forth. We recognize the excellent contributions of teachers in this area. This award celebrates the excellence and commitment of one teacher a day. And you know, to achieve this kind of success, it's not just a question of sitting in school every day and teaching the class. It takes preparation. You know and I know. To give presentations that are exciting and imaginative, it takes time and preparation. And we're recognizing the time and dedication this award means. This honors the major impact that Peter MacDonald has had on students' performance and interest in science, and finding ways to relate science to the everyday lives of students. So I am delighted to present this award to Mr. Peter MacDonald on behalf of the Prime Minister of Canada.
Thank you very much, Mr. Regan. At this time, it's my honor to introduce you to an honors graduate, Ms. Stephanie Corey, who is president of the graduating class of 1994.
CPA, members of the teaching staff, distinguished platform guests, and ladies and gentlemen. First, I will call your attention to the procedure which we will be following today. Today's graduates will receive their certificates in alphabetical order. To expedite the presentation of scholarships and bursaries by the Charles P. Allen Awards Committee, these special awards will be presented at the same time as the graduates receive their certificates. Parents and friends are warned to be near the front of the stage area to take their photographs as soon as they anticipate a certain name being called. The graduates' names are listed in your program alphabetically for easy, quick reference. Each graduate will cross the stage only once, except for the 5 final awards. At this time, the Charles P. Allen Awards Committee expresses its sincere gratitude to all service clubs, associations, corporations, government departments, Charles P. Allen organizations, and interested individuals who have made funds available to reward our graduates today for their excellent academic achievements. The lucky graduates are asked, in turn, to write letters of appreciation to the donors, whose generosity is especially appreciated in these difficult financial times. In particular, we would like to thank the Charles P. Allen staff who provided $1,000 and the Charles P. Allen Student Council who provided $500 for a total of $1,500, which is being awarded in the form of 15 academic recognition awards of $100 each. Besides these 15 awards, 54 additional awards will be presented for a total of 69 awards altogether. To give you further information, I can tell you that 302 students will receive graduation certificates today, including 6 exchange students. Of this number, 81 have achieved honor status and 38 will receive bilingual certificates. Congratulations are extended to all our graduates today who have lived up to CPA's motto, Strive for Excellence. A departure this year from our normal procedure is the presentation of various sports and activity awards, which we were not able to present at our usual Awards Day assembly. 11 graduates will receive distinction awards, which are given for consistently high support and participation in sports and activities in the students' grade 10, 11, and 12 years at CPA. These are not academic awards. As well, the Most Valuable Person Awards will be given for each sport and activity at CPA this year. Some of these awards will be given tomorrow at an assembly of grade 10 and 11 students. A final word on the format for these proceedings. As I call each graduate's name, you will hear the following information: bilingual certificate, honors achievement, subject prizes, university scholarships, CPA scholarship and bursary awards, sports and activity awards. Before we proceed with the graduate awards, we are pleased to present the Lieutenant Governor medals first. These are to be awarded to 1 male and 1 female student in grade 11 of high school who have demonstrated 2 things in their school life at CPA. First, qualities of leadership and service in the school and community. And second, commendable performance in their school courses. To present these medals, we have asked Mr. Norman Jagger, Chair of the CPA Board of Trustees. The 2 grade 11 students selected to receive the medals for this year are Happy Gupta and Colin Hudson. winner of the Waverly Award, $200, presented by Sheila Kaiser. Adrian Anderson. Lennon Anderson, honors. Black Literature 441 subject prize. St. Mary's University Entrance Scholarship $300. Most Valuable Person, Students Council, Branscombe Family Foundation. Prepaid 4 years of tuition at Dalhousie University valued at $800, and the Bedford Masonic Lodge number 401 AF and AM scholarship of $500 presented by Ernest McKenzie. I'm sorry, I said 800. It's 8,000. Stephen Angel. Michelle Anand. Megan Archer. Nadine Archibald, bilingual certificate, honors, Connect Club of Sackville Education Award of $300, presented by Mrs. Nancy Archibald, her mother. Virginia Archibald, honors, Municipal Contracting Limited Award, $500. Melissa Arnolden, honors, Lady Auxiliary of Waverly Fire Department Award, $100. Andrew Carter.
Are you running now? Is that running now? Are you on now?
Ross Carter. Aaron Barcos. Rosita Bartolacci, most valuable person, prom and safe Fred. Brigham Bear. Matthew Bieswanger. Kevin Belfontaine. Gregory Bethel. Sandy Bazanson. Jason Blair. Kim Bork. Richard Boyce. Holly Breon, honors, Co-op Ed 44C subject prize, St. Mary's University Entrance Scholarship of $400, Bedford Board of Trade bursary $500, presented by Byron Bolt. Heather Brighton. Judith Brown. Michael Brown, honors, Bedford Baron Stan Jones Memorial Award for $500. Jason Bruce, grade 12 Distinction Award, most valuable person boys basketball, honorable mention poetry and CPA poetry and prose contest, and sportsmanship award presented by Mr. Aucoin. Christopher Jason Burgess. Christopher Honors, Economics 441 Subject Prize, Academic Recognition Award of $100, St. Francis Xavier University Entrance Scholarship of $1,500. Jeffrey Collier. Andrea Cameron, bilingual certificate. Andrew Cameron, bilingual certificate. Lisa Campbell, bilingual certificate, honors, municipal contracting limited award of $500. Garen Carmichael. Brad Carroll. Laura Charlton, History 441 Subject Prize, Academic Recognition Award of $100, Honorable Mention, Reflection in the CPA Poetry and Prose Contest. Honors. James Chow, bilingual certificate, honors, David Cannell Award, $250. Morton Christensen. Wanda Clark. Krista Clough, honors, Atlantic Nurseries Limited Award, $100. Sherry Clooney, most valuable person, mixed curling. Colin Hogan. Mark Colavecchia, honors, Nova Scotia Teachers Union, Dartmouth District Local Bursary, $500. Stephen Conrad. Marianne Conway. Jane Corbett. Stephanie Corey, honors, David Cannell Award, $250. Graham Corcoran. Stephen Cormier, grade 12 Distinction Award, Most Valuable Person, Boys Soccer, Male Athlete of the Year, presented by Mr. Aucoin. Darren Cutler. Rod Dalrymple. Renee David. Denise Day, bilingual certificate. Karen Dean, honors. Patrick Dean, honors. Brian Damone, grade 12 Distinction Award and Most Valuable Person, Boys Rugby. Yvonne Nowden. Angela Dibb, honors. Andrew Diggins, honors. Second place short story in the CPA Poetry and Prose Contest. Catherine Dillon. Rebecca Doucette, bilingual certificate. Tyson Doucette. Joanne Doyle. Tracy Drake. Robert Drysdale. Christopher Duffy, honors. Trevor Eisen. Dennis Emerson, bilingual certificate, the Davis Elkins University, West Virginia, $24,000 scholarship over 4 years. Andrew Estabrooks, honors, Royal Canadian Legion Dieppe Branch number 9 of Waverly Award of $200 presented by Jim Barrett and St. Mary's University Entrance Scholarship of $600. Kevin Estabrooks, honors, Bomb 341 Subject Prize, Royal Canadian Legion Dieppe Branch number 90 of the Waverly Award of $200 presented by Jim Barrett. Scott Falkingham, honors. Patrick Ferris. Dallas Verlot. Craig Fitzgerald. Jason Fitzgerald. David Forrester, bilingual certificate, honors, St. Ignatius Parish bursary of $300 presented by Father John Delupri. Kelly Frazier. Denise Freeman, honors, academic recognition award of $100, Mount St. Vincent University Merit Entrance Scholarship of $750. Scott Freeman, bilingual certificate. Sean Freeze, honors, Law 341 Subject Prize, Bedford Fall River Liberal Association Award of $300 presented by MLA Francine Cosman. Karen Furneaux, bilingual certificate. Denise Garneau. Katie Gaudette, honors. Joseph Easer. Christopher Gee. Angela Giles, bilingual certificate. Amy Gillespie, bilingual certificate, honors, the Nova Scotia Teachers Union, Halifax County Local Award of $500 presented by Mr. Stephen Hart and St. Francis Xavier University Entrance Scholarship of $1,000. Janelle Gillespie. Jason Gillis. Joseph Gillis, honors, Political Science 441 Subject Prize, Bedford Lions Club Award of $500 presented by Al Stockton, St. Ignatius Parish 125th Anniversary Award of $150 presented by Father John Delupri. Gregory Gibbon. Jeff Gibbon. bilingual certificate, honors, English 441 subject prize, chemistry 541 subject prize, academic recognition award of $100, St. Mary's University entranceship scholarship of $600, and first place in the poetry, CPA poetry and prose contest. Lori Gores of honors, CPA cafeteria management and ladies award of $250. Sean Grace. Heather Grant. Lane Green, honors, geology 441 subject prize, Coca-Cola Bottling Limited award of $500 presented by Brian Johnston. Michelle Kragus, honors, Bedford Lions Club award of $500 presented by Al Stockton. Andrea Haas. Diane Hackett. Allison Halliday, honors, Johnston's Canada Limited award of $300 presented by Jack Fowler. Elizabeth Hanway. Dale Haverstock. Krista Haverstock. Emma Hawker. Jamie Hawker, bilingual certificate. Colleen Henderson, honors, Nova Scotia Teachers Union, Halifax County Local Award of $500 presented by Linda Lockerby. Mark Henriksen, honors. Jeff Hibbers. Roberta Tibbetts. Matt Hill, honors, Phys Ed 341 subject prize, the Middlebury College of Vermont scholarship of $84,000 over 4 years, the Ken Regan bursary of $500, and the Tiny Titus scholarship of $1,000. Craig Hills, Nova Scotia Teachers Union, Dartmouth District Local bursary of $300. Sherry Lynn Himmelman. Susan Horn, honors. Kelly Hubbard. Darren Hoogley, honors. Heidi Hoogley, Ladies Auxiliary of the Royal Canadian Legion, DF Branch number 90 of Waverley Award of $200 presented by Jim Barrett. Brandon Hume, honors, Armoyan Group Award of $150 presented by Daniel Dixon. Troy Huntington. Tanya Hutchinson, Certificate of Appreciation from the Canadian Red Cross Society, presented by John Montgomery. Terry Heisen. Carrie Irwin. Allison Isaac, Bilingual certificate, Nova Scotia Teachers Union, Dartmouth District Local Bursary, $500. Paula Eisner. Brad James. Ante Jazzy. Suzanne Johnson, Bilingual Certificate, Honors, Grade 12 Distinction Award, Canadian Parents for French, Halifax County Chapter Award, $100, presented by Lucille Livingston. Most Valuable Person, Peer Education, Most Valuable Person, Cultural Awareness Youth Group, and ROTP. On behalf of the Commander of the Canadian Forces Training Systems Headquarters and the Commanding Officer and staff of the Canadian Forces Recruiting Centre, Halifax, Petty Officer 2nd Class Ward would like to present Suzanne Johnson with this certificate, signifying her acceptance to the regular officer training plan in the Science Engineering degree program. Suzanne Johnson will attend civilian university, and be employed in the military occupation of aeronautical engineer following her university graduation. This offer represents a fully subsidized degree program valued in excess of $50,000. Jollymore. Chantel Jones. Leanne Casnell. Honors Bilingual Certificate, Bedford Horticultural Society Bursary of $100, presented by Shirley Steves. Donnie Keller, Honors, Accounting 341 Subject Prize, Coca-Cola Bottling Limited Award of $500, presented by Brian Johnston. Ryan Kells. Andrew Killaway, Bilingual Certificate, Honors, Bedford Music Society Scholarship of $500, presented by Ron Murphy, and Dalhousie University Entrance Scholarship of $700. Janice King, Honors, Grade 12 Distinction Award, Bedford Masonic Lodge number 401, AF and AM Scholarship of $500, presented by Ernest McKenzie. Most Valuable Person, Girls Basketball, and Female Athlete of the Year, presented by Mr. Aucoin. Jason Kriegel. Amita Krishan, Honors. Mahale Kumanen, Honors. Academic Recognition Award of $100, Seroptimus Society Foundation Club $200, and a Regional Award of $1,250, St. Mary's University Entrance Scholarship of $1,200, and Mount Allison University Entrance Scholarship of $6,000. Rebecca Lamb, Bilingual Certificate, Honors, French 446, Etudes Global 446, Biology 446, Subject Prizes, Grade 12 Distinction Award, French Immersion Award for the highest standing and 8 French Immersion credits of $400 from grades 10, 11, and 12, presented by Lucille Livingston. Dalhousie University Entrance Scholarship, $2,000. University of King's College Entrance Scholarship, $4,000. University of Toronto Entrance Scholarship, $1,200. University of Toronto National Book Award, presented by John Montgomery. Merit Merit Scholarship Foundation Johnston's Regional Leadership Scholarship of $1,000, Mount St. Vincent University Merit Entrance Scholarship of $750, Most Valuable Person Public Speaking, First Place Reflections category, CPA Poetry and Prose Contest. Pardon me, Tanya LaCondres, Anna Lane, Sandra Lane, Anna Lane received an honor certificate and the Ray F. Fredericks Insurance Limited Award of $100. Paul Lemieux, Wendy Lee, Honors, Bedford Board of Trade Bursary of $500 presented by Byron Bolt, and the Denelma Laws Math Award of $100 presented by Frank Miller. Eric Ian, Marnie Lintott, Robert Livingston, Ben Lovett, Geography 441 Subject Prize. Melanie Lowe, Honors, Canadian Living 441 Subject Prize. Pardon me, Canadian Literature 441 Subject Prize. Mark Allen McDonald, Honors. Nadine McDonald. Natalie McDonald. Natalie McDonald Honors, St. Ignatius CWL Bursary of $300 presented by Father John DeLoubry. Rylan McDowell, Honors. Marlon McKay, Honors, Kinsman Club of Sac Award of $500 presented by Jerry Archibald, and third place short story in CPA Poetry and Prose Contest. Marcy Lucas. My apologies to Marcy. We thought she had taken summer vacation early, and she gave that up just to be here with us. Thank you, Marcy. Hillary McKenzie, Grade 12 Distinction Award, Don McVicker Award of $300 presented by Ann McKinnon, Most Valuable Person in Girls Soccer. Adam McMillan, Bilingual Certificate Honors, Grade 12 Distinction Award, St. Ignatius Parish 125th Anniversary Award of $500 presented by Father John DeLoubry, and 3 Junior Achievement Awards, the Catherine Colson Memorial Scholarship of $500, the Department of Economic Development Scholarship of $500, and the Achievers of the Year Scholarship of $300. Karen McMullen, Honors, Academic Recognition Award of $100, and the Carleton University Entrance Scholarship of $4,000. Jennifer McNearney. Leslie McGee, Honors, Co-op Ed, 44T Subject Prize, Most Valuable Person, Environmental Committee. Christopher Mayu, bilingual certificate, honors, chemistry 441, subject prize. Dean Manthorne. Sean Martin, the Jean Birch Memorial Book Prize in English 241, presented by Mr. John Montgomery. Elizabeth Mays. Shannon McAllister, honors, Bedford Police Youth Fund Award of $200, presented by Constable Dwight Henniger. Michael Malone. Robin McHattie. Peggy McIntyre. Joshua McKenzie. Carolyn McPherson. Michael Marr. Elizabeth Michael. Shauna Miller. Corey Milligan, most valuable person, boys volleyball. Shauna Morris. Laura Mestella, CPA Band Parents Association Scholarship of $250, presented by Nancy Archibald. General Motors Award of Excellence Scholarship of $2,500. Nova Scotia Talent Trust Scholarship of $1,000. Third place, poetry and honorable mention, a short story in the CPA Poetry and Prose Contest. Julian Morrison. Marie Morrison. Joseph Mossman. Bilingual honor, bilingual certificate and honors for Marie Morrison. Tina Mowry. Sarah Mullen. Andrew Monroe. Bilingual certificate for Sarah Mullen. Kelly L. Murphy. Kelly P. Murphy. The Daily News Creative Writing Prize of $100, presented by Mr. John Montgomery, and second place poetry in the CPA Poetry and Prose Contest. Nicole Murphy. Michael Murray. Gordon Nelson. Scott Newcomb, bilingual certificate. Brian Nicholson. Karen Nielsen. Jennifer Noel. Emily O'Connor. Melanie Oakes, honors, GGS 12, subject prize. Sean Oakley, bilingual certificate, honors, the Gary Glenn Bedford Sacramento District Rotary Memorial Bursary of $500, presented by Mr. John Collins. Mark Piper, IAP 342, subject prize. Greg Penny. Ryan Pepper. Nicole Pennypaw. Tara Pickren. David Garraway, Bedford Fall River Progressive Conservatives Association Award, $250 presented by Nancy Haley. The Progressive Conservative Women's Association of Nova Scotia, book prize presented by Joan Anthony. Melissa Planetta. Leanne Porter Salvatierra, most valuable person, girls softball. Christina Power. Heather Price. Jeff Pye. Jody Cryer. Trevor Proud. Carrie Ann Purcell. Mark Ramsden, bilingual certificate, honors in the ROTP citation. On behalf of the Commander of the Canadian Forces Training Systems Headquarters and the Commanding Officer and staff of the Canadian Forces Recruiting Centre, Halifax, Petty Officer 2nd Class Warren would like to present Mark Ramsden with this certificate, signifying his acceptance to the regular officer training plan in a science engineering degree program. Mark Ramsden will attend civilian university and be employed in the military occupation of artillery following his university graduation. This offer represents a fully subsidized degree program valued in excess of $50,000. Brian Radray. Catherine Rayner. Michael Regan. Raquel Reed, honors, Bedford Police Youth Fund Award of $200 presented by Constable Dwight Henniger. Jason Richards. Laura Richardson. Jose Robinson, bilingual certificate. Leslie Roney, honors, 2nd place Reflections in CPA Poetry and Prose Contest. Craig Ross, honors, Royal Canadian Legion, Bedford Branch, number 95, first fee of $500, presented by John Bill. Jeffrey Ross. Debbie Rowe. Mark Rosie. Jody Rotterdam. Penny Rumbold. Christine Ryan. Sybil Sampson. Sangster, Honors Academic Recognition Award of $100. Michael Scallion, David Seals, Pam Scoville, April Scott, Margot Shields, Bilingual Certificate Honors Academic Recognition Award of $100. Catherine Silver, Bilingual Certificate Honors Sidney Stephen Award of $100. Megha Sinha, Honors Drama 3-1 Subject Prize, CPA Activity Award presented by Mr. Aucoin, and the Mitchell Science Award of $100 presented by Peter McDonald. Rodney Sloan, Andrew Smith, Bilingual Certificate. Jacqueline Smith, Bilingual Certificate Honors Shami 446 Subject Prize, Academic Recognition Award of $100, Most Valuable Person of the Musical, and University of Ottawa Entrance Scholarship of $1,000. Lindsay Sorensen, Brad Spencer, Honors Math 441 Subject Prize, Computer 441 Subject Prize, Biology 441 Subject Prize, Physics 441 Subject Prize, Dalhousie University Entrance Scholarship of $2,000, and St. Mary's University Presidential Scholarship of $20,000 over 4 years. Sarah Spencer, Bilingual Certificate Honors, the Gary Glenn Bedford Sackville and District Rotary Memorial Bursary of $500, presented by John Collins. Julie Sponicle, Andrea St. Jules, Bilingual Certificate Fun Time Round Dance Club Award of $150. Jennifer Staten, Honors. Aaron Standen. Natalie Stewart, Honors. Nicole Stewart. Timothy Stewart. Bart Strack. Nicole Strum, Bilingual Certificate Honors, Music 341 Subject Prize, Leon Duke Music Award of $100, presented by Ron Murphy. Natalie Stewart.
What? Oh.
Shannon Stewart. Aaron Swan. George Tang. Adam Tiller, Honors. Natalie Tobin. Mark Townsend. Joanne Turple. Gale. Diana Van Wenen. Kim Burge, grade 12, distinction in the most valuable person girls indoor field hockey. Marcia Walsh. Stephanie Warner. Honors Bilingual Certificate, Academic Recognition Award of $100, Dalhousie University Lockwood Memorial Scholarship of $4,000, and Mount Allison University Entrance Scholarship $2,000. Jamie White, Bilingual Certificate. Julie White. Ryan White, Honors, Academic Recognition Award of $100, St. Mary's University Entrance Scholarship of $2,000, Most Valuable Person, Boys, Badminton. David Whiting, Honors, Calculus 440, Subject Prize, St. Mary's University Entrance Scholarship of $2,000. Ian Whitman, Honors, Grade 12 Distinction Award, McDonald Science Award of $300 presented by Peter McDonald, the recipient of the Prime Minister's Award. Academic Recognition Award of $100 and Most Valuable Person Yearbook. Paul Williams, Compton College Entrance Scholarship of $1,000. Leah Williamson, Honors, Academic Recognition Award $100, St. Mary's University Entrance Scholarship of $800, and Most Valuable Person, Winter Carnival. Sean Wilson. Karen Wood. Heather Warden. Carrie Young, Honors, French 441, Subject Prize, Math 442, Subject Prize, Academic Recognition Award $100, Mount St. Vincent University Merit Entrance Scholarship of $1,000, and St. Mary's University Entrance Scholarship of $500. Leslie Zwicker, Honors, Academic Recognition Award $100, Herbert Sharp Scholarship at Mount Allison University of $4,000. I'd like to introduce our exchange students, Aiko Kajori from Japan. She has third place in reflection in the CPA Poetry and Prose Contest, and English is only her second language. Per Johansgarden from Norway. From Finland, Sanna Usalado. And Faith Williams from Australia.
1 year in Canada was quite a big challenge for me. So at first, I had a grad because my English I learned in Japan, that was no use to me. So I had to recognize the situation only looking at the people's face and voices. But most of the time I didn't understand, that's why I just smiled. But now I'm standing and making this speech like this in English. This is everything I can do now. It all comes from all your support. And I say all my smiles are my true smiles. Probably you didn't know how happy and appreciative I was when you came and talked to me and helped me. That even it was saying hello to me. You might think you didn't do anything for special, but since then I trusted you so much, and I thought you were the most important person for me. Since I was a girl, my dream was to live in Canada. Finally, my dream came true. And now it's almost over in 2 weeks. Everything here was so nice to me, and I did everything I wanted to do in Canada. And I had incredible experience here. I had only 1 year, but that means 10 years in Japan for me. That's why I want to express all my appreciation to you, all of you, but I can't still say in English. That's why I'm going to say in Japanese. 心から皆さん本当にありがとうございました。And hope you will understand my message. I'm going to miss you, all of you, very much for sure. But I won't tell goodbye to anybody because I will come back soon and as soon as possible to see you again. I thought Canada and Japan was totally different to me at first, but through this year I learned lots of good things, Japan and Canada. And I found lots of similarities. I was very glad to find it. So, me and my parents would like to donate this huge Japanese encyclopedia to CPA. In closing, I want to say thank you for sharing my wonderful year in Canada with you. I'm so glad. And I will never forget you all. And I hope I wish best luck for your future. Thank you very much.
Now for the final 5 awards of the afternoon. same qualities of leadership, citizenship, and scholastic achievement. Mrs. Madeline Dillon, school board member from Bedford, will read the citation and announce this year's winner.
The Halifax County District School Board is presented to a member of a graduating class when the opinion of the principal and faculty exhibits outstanding qualities of leadership, citizenship, and scholastic endeavors. These qualities should, in the opinion of the Halifax County District School Board, be the same qualities that will enable the student to make an excellent contribution to the community at large. The award, suitably inscribed, is given in the form of a gold medal. There is also a suitably inscribed plaque which will remain at the school to honor the occasion. I am pleased to present this year's School Board Gold Medal to Leonard Anderson.
Staff Award is given each year to the graduate who achieves second highest standing in grade 12 in the university preparatory program. This year, with an average of 91.9 in his 8 grade 12 courses, Mr. George Doucette, our subsystem supervisor, will present the award to David Whiting. Geoff Regan, our guest speaker, will present the award to Brad Spencer. Demonstrated a superior academic achievement in school studies in all 3 years of high school, and secondly, has achieved an outstanding record in all aspects of school and community development. Mr. Lloyd Gillis, the Chief Executive Officer of the Halifax County Bedford District School Board, in one of his last official acts, will present the medal to this year's winner, Rebecca Lamb. I would like to present to you the class of 94. Thank you.
Mr. Regan has asked me to mention this afternoon, or pass on his regrets this afternoon. He will be unable to stay for our reception following the ceremonies today due to other commitments later today, which I understand involve yet another graduation. And one other item I wanted to add, during the presentation by Mr. Aucoin, principal parts, he indicated that staff members from Charles Gallup High School who are retiring, and we gave them a recognition of their many years' efforts, fine efforts, and their contribution to Halifax County Better District School Board. And there's yet one other who is retiring as well, and it's Mr. Aucoin himself at the end of this year. And I think we should extend the same courtesy to him. Our valedictory address is next on our agenda this afternoon, and I'd like to introduce to you Ryan White.
Good afternoon, honored guests, friends, family, and fellow graduates. Welcome to the 16th graduation ceremony of Charles Gallup High School. When I first learned that I had been selected to be valedictorian, I was honored. But the thrill of victory soon gave way to the agony of total panic. Today, we are all experiencing a slight sense of panic as we leave the comfort zone of high school. We are graduating into an uncertain economic future, facing rollbacks, cutbacks, lockouts, and walkouts. There's a savage jungle out there. There are many challenges we must overcome. However, we have survived our 3-year stay at CPA, and our experiences here have forced us to be unusually well prepared for tomorrow. Our teachers, in particular, have spent extra time teaching us a variety of subjects. In Mr. Lyon's classes, we learned the joys of citrus fruits, particularly the grapefruits. Mr. McDonald concentrated on being vertically challenged, while we were wishing we were horizontal. Mr. Miller showed us a casual attitude towards math with his laid-back approach to the subject. Mr. Burke's keen wit continues to enhance his reputation as CPA's answer to Simon Book. Once again this year, we received unwanted media attention. The big media event was our successful first annual cattle drive, featuring Betsy the Cow. Betsy was apparently auditioning for roles in The Great Escape, and she did. I understand that next year, Mr. Aucoin will be shipping us 100 head of cattle from his retirement ranch to make sure ADD gets some good footage for 6 o'clock news. On the sports team, congratulations go, in particular, to both boys and girls soccer teams for the provincial victories. All of our teams were extremely competitive, and our bands also proved their skills by achieving national distinction. We've had some notable firsts in other areas as well, most obvious being the site of today's graduation ceremony. Our prom committee was successful in moving our grad games from the gloom of the gym to the glitter of Shadow Halifax. Leonard Anderson served as CPA's first black student council president. He was best known for his habit of taking everyone else's class to ceremony. Seriously though, we all appreciate his leadership and determination, which made CPA a better place in which to work and to learn. But now it is time to leave the sanctuary of our friendship and the familiar faces of Charles Gallup. First, we must thank our teachers for their patience, their encouragement, and their dedication. Next, we thank our families today for their hard work and many sacrifices on our behalf. We've been fortunate to be brought up in this great and supportive community. We would like to thank all of our parents and extended families for their unending support and unconditional love. Finally, we say goodbye to each other. Many of us have gone from grade school to high school together. We've gone from couch
was a blessing that was handed down, and I'd like to hand down to you. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you and grant to you his peace. Amen.
At Participation, we're looking at the art of active living, as you may say. Add all the color and excitement you want when you move a little more often. It's a renaissance of activity. Create an impression with family and friends from a whole palette of classic activities. Active living, it's a real good time. Moving your way every day. Participation.
To the Red Cross, your money is also precious because it takes more than blood to keep the cross red.
Ground search and rescue.
Another sleepless night for the volunteer ground search team. Someone's lost or injured. It could be you. Are you prepared in case it is? Let's find out. If your answer is no to any of the following questions, then it probably will be you. Do you tell someone where you're going and when you're coming back? Do you always tell someone when you change your plans? Do you always travel with a companion? Are you always prepared for drastic weather changes? Are you equipped to spend a night in the woods? Do you leave a note on your vehicle indicating your direction of travel? Do you carry a compass? Do you know how to use it? Are you in good physical condition? By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail.